The following audio presentation is a production of Rutgers, the State University of New Jersey, in association with the Division of Continuing Studies and the Institute on Ethnicity, Culture, and the Modern Experience. This production was originally funded by the New Jersey Historical Commission and has been remastered by the Rutgers ITV studio.
The theme of great fiddlers who challenge or are challenged by the devil make up a special chapter in the folklore of many cultures, including the Pine Barrens of South Jersey. For decades, tales have been told of that region's most famous fiddler, Sammy Giberson, and his duel with the devil. Jim Albertson is a storyteller and folk singer from South Jersey.
Probably one of the most common motifs in folklore, and that is the devil as fiddler. And great fiddlers running into the devil late at night. So these stories are known all over the world.
In many of these tales, the fiddle has been traditionally described as the devil's instrument, according to Angus Gillespie, Rutgers Professor of American Studies.
First of all, it's devilishly difficult to learn to play. Another reason why the devil's instrument has been considered the fiddle is that primarily the fiddle has been used to play secular music rather than sacred music. And so the connotation is the fiddle is played for dances. It's associated with drinking and carousing, not associated with worship. So it's very much considered a secular instrument, the devil's instrument.
So exactly how did the devil lure Sammy Giberson into a deadly fiddle-playing contest amongst the Pine Barrens of South Jersey? Angus Gillespie cheerfully volunteered to provide us with the devilish details.
Old Sam Giberson, he was a kind of a legendary fellow. He lived in the Pine Barrens of South Jersey, and he was a farmer, but not much of a farmer. He really was much more interested in his music. In fact, he was a fiddler of such proficiency, they say that he could fiddle an entire tune while balancing a glass of water on his head and never miss a note. Well, he's very popular down in New Gretna. He's often called for dances and picnics and parties. In fact, he had the habit of going to New Gretna every Saturday night for the barn dance, and since the fiddle was the key instrument in the orchestra, and since he was the best fiddler around, he was a very proud man. One Saturday night dance, he got to drinking too much Jersey Lightning, which we all know is Applejack brandy, and he boasted. He said, "I'm the best fiddler in New Gretna. In fact, I'm the best fiddler in all of South Jersey. In fact, I can beat the devil." Well, we all know that boast was a mistake, because that night on the way home, as he was going through the woods, just like he did every Saturday night, everything got real quiet. And all you could hear was the mosquitoes and the crickets. And then, all of a sudden, there was a crash of lightning, and this creature appeared with a big black hat and a big black cape and a burst of lightning, and a voice said,
Sammy Giberson, I hear you can beat the devil. Well, I'll tell you what, Sammy, I'm gonna give you a chance to prove it.
Sammy was worried. He knew he was in trouble. The devil, after all, was insulted, because everyone knows that the fiddle is the devil's instrument. Sammy knew his back was against the wall. The devil said,
Sammy, I'm going to give you a chance. We're going to have a little contest. And if you win the contest, I'll let you go. But if you lose, you're coming down with me down below.
Well, first, it was the devil's turn to play. The devil had these long, green, bony fingers playing the fiddle. And as he played the fiddle, fire shot out from the fiddle. As he played the devil's dream and the devil's hornpipe, and sparks were flying from the fiddle. And of course, that's the reason we have so many forest fires in the Pine Barrens today. And he danced so fast and he danced so lively, he kicked up a big cloud of sand. And that's the reason why the Pine Barrens are so sandy today. Well, Sammy danced and he danced some more. But in the back of his mind, he was worried, because he knew next it was his turn to play the fiddle, and he knew what he was up against. The devil was the best fiddler of them all, and yet he had to beat the best. And to do this, he would have to play a tune that the devil had never heard. So he reached up and he grabbed a tune right out of the air, and he set it on his fiddle and played it. It was the air tune, and the devil was so struck that the devil danced and the devil kicked up even more sand. And that's why the Pine Barrens are so extra sandy. And the devil was impressed, and he said,
Okay, you win, Sammy. I'll not claim you tonight.
The postscript to the story is that experience changed Sammy Giberson to the point where he refused from that point on to play music on Sunday. And whenever Sammy played for a square dance or a country dance from that time on, he always ended at midnight. And the last song, kind of like Dick Clark's bandstand theme, you know the show's over. He played the tune that some kind soul sent him through the air that night, the night he beat the devil.
But please think twice before you try it. I'm Tim Esbar for New Jersey Time.